Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 26. We are on day 12, and we are closing things out with the masterful, genius, brilliant Tetsuya Naito taking on another kind of genius, the genius of the kick, Katsuhiko Nakajima. This is your main event of the evening. This is the fifth match of five in the B block, and the winner of this match will join Michael Elgin at 4-2 at the top of the B block.
Huge stakes here, guys. Who is going to emerge with a 4-2 record?
Worth noting, Naito has defeated Elgin already, so if Naito should win this match, he would be in sole possession of first place.
Very interesting. All right, we'll see if he can do it.
We are at 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 45 seconds on the New Japan World Player. That's 22745. And we'll be hitting play on go. 3, 2, 1, go. And now you see the referee patting down Nakajima. Naito back in his corner. He's already been patted down, and the bell just rang. And now these guys are going to face off. Imagine Shibata Naito without the hatred.
Exactly. And partner, you know what's funny? Anybody else in Naito's position, the first question I would field your way is, oh, well, do you think they feel nervous or do you think they're psyched out? I don't even have to bother asking that with Naito. I know his head is in this, mainly because he doesn't care. I mean, the guy just knows how to keep the pressure off at all times. So instead, I'll ask, do you think Nakajima is at all intimidated sharing this ring with Naito right now?
I don't think so. And you know, John, you keep saying Naito doesn't care. We like to joke that he doesn't, but the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he doesn't exist. And to me, the greatest trick that Naito ever pulled was convincing people that he doesn't care. He wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be a former IWGP Heavyweight Champion. He wouldn't be 3-2 in G1 so far with the potential to go 4-2 if he didn't care.
And I do have to concur with you there, partner. I do think that's an excellent point. And look at that, though. These are the mind games he likes to play. Nakajima was so ready. He was in his zone. He was thinking we're going to initiate a lockup. Naito saying, not quite yet. Not like that.
You know, there are a few things that he doesn't care about, though. And I do think he cares about winning. I do think he cares about the championship, even if only just to get it in his possession, because he clearly doesn't care about the physical championship. He was throwing it around when he had it. But I think that the things that he doesn't care about are formalities, traditions, that kind of thing, where people expect certain things out of you, and Naito doesn't care about those things.
Right. I would certainly agree with that assessment of Naito. Nakajima maybe making the clean break. I'm not so sure. We know Nakajima can be vicious. That match with Nagata was very telling. Naito, though, reversing it now. Now he's got Nakajima pressed up against the ropes.
How soon until he rakes the eyes?
I give it about 3 seconds, give or take.
No.
Clean break there.
Just the kick.
And the kick to the gut.
Club to the back.
Now, partner, how closely do you think Elgin's got to be watching this match, knowing what this means?
Because frankly, I'm surprised he's not at ringside at this point.
Yeah, really. Look at the quickness of Nakajima, though. And Naito, look at that. Anybody else has a sequence like that, they go in the corner, they catch their breath. Naito, he's still playing games.
Because this is his house. He knows when you step between those ropes, you are in Naito's home, because that is where he owns everything.
Naito could be one match away. He wins this match, like my cohort in commentary said, always with the brilliant statistical analysis, always crunching the numbers. Naito would take control of the B block. And Naito, look at that, breaking up the count. That's smart. Because even though you have a 20 count, unlike North America where it's usually just 10, you don't want to take liberties with it regardless. You want to know you have all the time you need. Not necessarily that the ref has, but that you need to do any recuperation or any mind games that you want to employ. And
he's trying to lure Nakajima out to the outside so he can inflict more damage.
And I think Nakajima may be close to taking the bait here.
He's actually sitting on the rope trying to get Naito to come into the ring.
I'll tell you, I like that Nakajima isn't necessarily feeding into Naito's game. I mean, I've said it once, I'll say it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, what were you saying there?
Yeah, it's that you want to dictate the pace. And Nakajima, I think, understands how crucial that is. And now the referee backing Nakajima up. Went for the boot, missed.
Oh, and the drop kick to the left knee.
All in one fluid motion. Nakajima misses the boot, and without missing a beat, Naito gets a drop kick to the left knee, and now another drop kick there.
The same left knee that he loves to use that leg scissors cross knee lock on.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, and the great thing is, we know Naito likes to use a modified Shiranui, that Destino. If you can't plant your foot and offer any resistance, you're going to get hit with that move. And now Nakajima's defenses against that move have been severely weakened here.
Oh, and Naito, when he smells weakness, I don't know if there is anyone, not just in New Japan, but in the world, that can take advantage of a weakened limb than Naito.
And again drives it into the canvas, and Nakajima is writhing in pain here.
Well, and then the brilliant thing here, not just, I have a leg scissors cross knee lock that can actually make you submit, but also think about Nakajima's entire offensive arsenal. He kicks, but he favors kicking with his right leg. How are you going to plant on your left leg and throw those right-legged kicks if your left knee is crippled?
Excellent point. Excellent point. And you know what? What makes it even more excellent is Naito's well aware of that fact, and that's why he's doing it. And now
shin breaker here.
Following Kenny Omega's lead from that preceding bout with Shibata.
And now off the ropes with the low drop kick.
Unreal. How this man can put a chain of offense together just blows my mind.
And the great thing about him, too, is when he's not putting those great chains of offense together, he's taking his time. He's being manipulative. He's being deliberate. He's formulating a plan and thinking 3, 4, 5, 6 steps ahead of his opponent. And now you can see he has the arm trap and a modified Indian deathlock with his hands, putting pressure on that knee.
Naito, a real student.
Now this is the true Indian deathlock.
Yeah, the traditional form here. Naito, a real student of the game, partner. Just the way he goes hold to hold.
And just falls back.
And that pressure. I mean, I've never been in an Indian deadlock, even wrestling with my friends, but I can only imagine how excruciating that is. And now Nakajima.
I can tell you, it's putting a lot of pressure on both knees, actually, but the left knee is definitely feeling it more than the right.
And again there, and Nakajima. Almost feel like Nakajima is paying for his sins for all the disrespect he showed Nagata. And now he's knowing what it's like to be on the other end of that kind of punishment.
Nakajima finally got to the ropes, but it's worth pointing out that with the Indian Deathlock, you're kind of locked in there. The referee actually had to help Naito to get out of the Indian Deathlock. He probably didn't actually have to, but Naito made him.
And look at Naito's expression. This is what's always boggled me for over a year about Naito. I mean, you look at that expression, it's not one of intensity, it's not one of concern. He just realizes like he's creating his personal poetry in that ring. And now Nakajima there with the slap, and Naito just smiling it off. Now that looked more like an overhand chop, another overhand chop there, but again, right to the leg goes Naito.
It's funny because in a recent NXT review, I was comparing Japanese wrestlers in NXT to rock bands. I said Nakamura was the Metallica to Hideo Itami's Nirvana. And I mean, if that's the case, Tetsuya Naito is Radiohead.
Yeah.
This man is maybe a little pretentious, but everything he does has so much meaning, and he just thinks and really does express himself more than just about anybody else. And the best thing is, it's not overly complicated. He does keep it relatively simple, but he finds the way that's going to win him the match, and it's great to be able to watch someone that's this far ahead of the game right now.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, if Naito...
Look at this. Nakajima's in so much pain. I don't think he can even put pressure on that left knee.
He is very evidently limping there, and then the boot over the guardrail to Naito.
But I don't know if you noticed, his left knee's in so much pain, he actually had to drape himself over the guardrail, almost kind of crotched himself there unintentionally because of how limp that left knee is.
Yeah, it's just in a really bad way. Nakajima's knee, I mean, it's got to be on its last leg, pun intended there. And now Naito going to be brought back into right into the ring, steel post there. And now Nakajima going to pick Naito up by the head again. And this is not going to be good. This is going to be hangs the leg across the guardrail, does Nakajima to Naito.
Maybe Nakajima trying to fight fire with fire, give Naito a taste of his own medicine here with the knee work.
Certainly. And, it impairs Naito's mobility, especially when you're on the outside. He is pretty close to the ring, admittedly, so I don't fear a count-out situation, but...
I wasn't going to say, I don't know how ruthless, how relentless Nakajima is, but I'd be willing to bet that the answer to that question is not enough.
I would have to... Relative to Naito, you're damn right it's not enough.
Exactly.
And there's a boot to the face there. Nice chest kick there.
You notice, though, he planted on his right leg and threw his left knee, through his left foot. I guess that was a kick, not a knee, but he's planting on his right leg now. He had to adapt a little bit because of Naito taking that left leg out, but still manages to get to the top rope quite nicely, and now maybe a drop kick.
Beautiful drop kick there by Nakajima.
And Naito, again, though, the veteran savvy lands on his stomach.
Exactly. Hooks the leg,
Nakajima
too.
Hook, and there Naito kicks out.
Naito,
and look how close he is to the ropes, too. Nakajima couldn't even go for a pin if he wanted to right now because Naito's feet are under the ropes.
Exactly. Naito is thinking 3 steps ahead. And now Nakajima, could it be a backdrop driver?
I think he wanted one, yeah.
Naito, though, really bringing down that form to the back of the head.
All the work Nakajima's doing right now, it's going to take one move from Naito to that left knee, and it's going to ruin Nakajima's day.
Exactly. That was a nice inverted atomic drop. Could this be the triangle drop kick here?
And the trip and the basement triangle drop kick, and it's effortless for Naito.
Exactly. And you see him, he's now on his back. He's still favoring that knee a little bit.
Just a little bit, though. He didn't get nearly as much work done on it as Nakajima, but he did come into the match with that right knee pre-injured. He does have it wrapped.
Exactly. And now, what's Naito thinking about?
Lock. Oh, almost like a modified abdominal stretch there.
I think he might have been thinking like a pump handle, like face buster, just driving him down. I don't know. Nakajima.
Oh!
Naito ate that kick.
Naito went for the jumping forearm from the ropes, but Nakajima had it scouted. And there's the backdrop driver, but he didn't bridge it. I thought he would bridge it, but he didn't pull it off. And now Naito is so dazed, he didn't even roll over onto his stomach. 1, 2, Naito still manages to kick out, maybe even instinctual at this point.
It very well could have been, partner. I think when you hear that hand slap on the canvas, it's got to, jolt something within you to kick out.
Yeah.
And now Nakajima, what's he thinking about the waist lock here?
I think he wants a German suplex, but Naito does not want to get dropped on his head.
Standing switch and then right to the leg again.
Goes to the knee. That's what he needed to do in order to even this match back up. And now I think Naito might want a German. Oh, but look at this. Look at this. A knee bar. We just saw one of these. No, he's transitioning into the ankle lock.
Look at that ankle lock. And that seems like a proper ankle lock. Look at that ankle lock. I think he's going to...
That is a very proper ankle lock, yes.
Nakajima, genius is right. And Naito now writhing in pain here.
He's supposed to be the genius of the kick, not the genius of the submission. Where'd this come from?
I don't know, but his technical acumen on full display, I'd grapevine that leg personally, but slams it down to the canvas and then goes right back to the hold. That is truly genius. And again, for the second time tonight, pun totally intended as Naito now inching towards the ropes. See, I would have grapevined it, though. I got to critique his strategy a little bit there, and he's going to pull Naito away.
No,
That's
he got him back into the middle of the ring. Might he? No. Look at this. Naito with the right there. He's trying to lock in that cross knee lock. And there it is. It's locked in. That's it. They're in the middle of the ring. This might be it. Nakajima might have to tap out.
He might have to. There'd be no...
Look at Naito. Naito is just in a very painful submission, but because he knows he's back in control, there's nothing but a smile on his face.
Exactly. And Nakajima, there'd be no shame in tapping out here. Red Shoe's trying to get Nakajima to let go of his attire.
Yeah, Nakajima actually had a hold of the referee's shirt there. Oh, and there, Naito cranking on the knee.
Nakajima, he's trying to inch towards. Nakajima knows what this means.
I know that Naito's teammate's name is Evil, but that was an evil move by Naito, that crank.
Exactly. Is Nakajima going to taste 500, or is he going to go 4-2?
Nakajima's trying so hard to get to the ropes. Oh, and there he does. That little burst of energy was all he needed.
Yeah, but partner, like we talk about every single time we're in this situation, at what cost? Because he was in that move for a
Nakajima
long period of
was
time.
Nakajima one of the few competitors that was able to make it this late into the tournament without any kind of long-lasting injury. Even Naito has that right knee that he favors, but Nakajima, his tournament is in peril right now.
Exactly.
He's got a very nice, clean, crisp record. He's 3-2. He's tied for the best record in his block, and after this match, he could either be still tied for the best record in his block or have the second best. And there, the Hurricane Rana from Naito, not something you see very often.
Hooks the leg deep, too. And Nakajima kicks out.
But Nakajima, he's made it this far without any kind of bad injury, but Naito is going to ensure that he doesn't escape this match without one.
Exactly. Now, he might be thinking about that pump handle. What's he thinking about here? And just
Emerald
drives
Flosion.
down.
Almost
Beautiful.
a Tiger Flosion there.
And Nakajima still kicks out.
Yeah. Naito really wanted to hit that move. Maybe he thought that would be enough to put Nakajima away, but I think that if he did, he was just proven wrong.
Yeah, Naito, it's going to come down to Destino, I'd have to think. And now Naito, I think he's thinking about it here.
I mean, he might not even be interested in winning by a pin. He might just go for the cross knee lock and try and win by submission again.
I mean, that's certainly true, partner. He's going to try Destino again here.
And no, Nakajima caught him up into the into the fireman's carry.
What's he thinking about? Nakajima, Death Valley driver.
That was a really deep Death Valley driver too.
That could be the move that gets Nakajima back in this match.
That was almost like a Death Valley Emerald Flosion, believe it or not. He really caught him in there.
Yeah, he did. Drapes the arm over. Two. Naito stays in it.
It was late, but he still managed to kick out.
And I'll tell you, Naito favoring the back of his head. Nakajima has countered the Destino twice.
Yep.
Is he going to be able to evade a third bullet? That's the question.
That is a $1 million question because Naito is persistent. We've already seen him go for that pump handle Emerald Flosion, and he managed to not be able to do it the first time, but he just kept on persisting and hit it the second time. You know he's going to persist on the move that he considers to be his best move, the Destino, that standing Shiranu, and there you see he's smiling. Nakajima is throwing forearms in his neck, and Naito, of all people, is smiling.
And Nakajima, though, eating the right hands in kind, and there's a forearm again. These two going back and forth. I'd have to think that Nakajima would have the edge in a strike battle. But he may be so worn out, I don't know, and he may not be able to plant his left leg to really get all the efficacy behind those strikes.
I think the problem is that Naito has a little bit of an X factor where he'll spit on his opponent to catch them off guard and then capitalize off of that.
Right. Oh, and I thought he was actually going to spit there.
Left knee. I thought he also has that left knee. That's worth pointing out, probably. And now look at this. Tornado DDT. No, Nakajima too strong.
Look at
Sets
Nakajima's
Naito
power.
up on the top rope. Drop kick, maybe? Oh, jumping heel kick.
Staggers Naito here. Naito's arm outside of the ring.
Naito is out of it, man. He's crumpled over, using the ropes to even walk. Oh, and here, a backdrop driver. Oh, but he didn't bridge it again.
And again he goes for the cover. Two. Didn't beat him once, didn't beat him this time either.
Nope.
See, to me,
Nakajima is a very talented young man, but he's making some rookie mistakes here. He's not a rookie by any means, but he's making mistakes that you would expect a rookie to make right now.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to criticize another man's performance when he's in the throes of, athletic combat, so to speak, but if I was Nakajima after that second backdrop driver, I would have tried for that brainbuster.
Or the bridge. If he would have bridged that backdrop driver, maybe if he had been more respectful towards Nagata would have shared a little more information with him about how to bridge a proper backdrop driver.
Certainly, and two super kicks to the face there.
Nagata actually beat Naito with the backdrop driver into a bridge.
Yeah, he did.
And there, the Enziguri.
Here's
the forearm? No! Wow, Nakajima with the drop kick turns Naito inside out, and now going for a PK, and he hits it. I think he's going to go. Oh, no, he's not even going for the brainbuster. 1, 2. Naito kicks out of the PK from Nakajima.
At 2 3/4, I might add. That was close. And Nakajima knows how close it was.
I'm shocked he didn't go for the brainbuster. Typically in this tournament, after he hits that PK, he's not satisfied to even bother with the pin. He always wants to hit that brainbuster, and now he's going for it. But I think Naito,
Into the
oh, that's it,
Destino.
Destino. That's gonna be it.
No, he wants to put him
Is
away
he gonna
for
hit
good.
a second one?
I think he is. Bam.
That's it. It is over. 2 Destinos. That's 1, 2, 3. Count to 100. Naito with the massive win to put him in a category with Michael Elgin at 4 and 2. But again, still only second place because Elgin beat him 1-on-1.
No, Naito beat
Or
Elgin,
no,
so Naito's in
Naito,
first place.
yeah, Naito beat Elgin 1-on-1. So you're right. Naito takes first place.
I'll tell you something. You compared Naito to Radiohead earlier. I can say this. Naito may not be a creep, but what he is the leader of the B block.
Ha! I see what you did there.
Unbelievable.
And of course, it was their most popular song in the States. So way to be a stereotype, John.
You're welcome. But Naito getting the win. Huge win for Naito.
Yeah, and then not only was it a huge win just because it put him tied for the best record, but because of being tied for the best record with Michael Elgin, he now stands alone in first place. If the tournament ended today, Naito would be going against Okada in the finals to see who can, I guess, I mean, it's obviously to see who can win, but if Naito wins, he faces Okada again at Wrestle Kingdom 11. If Okada wins, he'd probably pick Naito as his opponent for Wrestle Kingdom 11 because of how competitive he is.
Exactly. I'll tell you, I mean, we'll see what happens, but Nakajima, it was one hell of an effort. The biggest mistake of the match may have been not going for the brainbuster immediately after the PK.
Yeah, well, we've felt like it's been a mistake not going for the pin after the PK, but when the guy kicks out of the PK, then you really have to wonder if you should have gone to the brainbuster.
Exactly. And that's the end result there. Naito's arm gets raised. And Naito now leads the B block. Okada leads the A block. And we got ourselves one hell of a tournament here. And we've still got a few matches left, so these dynamics could shift.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see.
We're a total of 6 matches in to a 9-match tournament. So we are 2/3 of our way done with the tournament up until, but not including the finals on Sunday, I believe, 14th.
Yes.
So Naito picks up a big win, gets his first place slot back, and this is going to be the end of the B block for day 12. This is going to be the end of day 12, period. And we will see everybody back here on Saturday for day 13, where we have got just a ridiculous lineup. I mean, we already know that Okada is going to be taking on Ishii. That is a huge redemption possibility for Ishii, given that he isn't in the best shape as far as record goes. If he can beat Okada, that can make this tournament a success for him.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you, partner. That's the match I'm most looking forward to.
The match that I'm most looking forward to is Tanahashi versus Marufuji, New Japan's ace versus Pro Wrestling Noah's ace, clashing in a New Japan ring.
Who is going to win that one out? Marufuji, Tanahashi. It's going to be a clash to remember, that's for sure.
If Marufuji wins that match, there might be riots in the streets.
There just might be, partner. There just might be.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a blast, and we will see you all on Saturday for obviously tag team matches, but then more importantly, A block matches. Stay tuned.